In this video, we're going to take a look at the diffuser on our 370Z and go over some of the clearance measurements to help you decide if your exhaust will fit. We've got some customer questions, and so we want to give everybody a little more information. This is not an installation video for the diffuser. We already have that, and we can link that. But this is just going to kind of go over some of the specific adjustability and measurements for exhaust clearance. On our 370Z, we have the diffuser under normal conditions tucked up as tight as it'll go. Our car's real low to the ground. You can even see we have a low profile lift and jacks, but if you look down here on the ground, we have to use ramps to even come close to getting it on the lift. So anyway, kind of an extreme case on ours where it's really, really low. And so I've extended this down and loosened up. I don't know if you can see, but there's the mounting screws on the sides here, and I've loosened those up so those aren't tight to just kind of show you some max adjustability. This right here has a slight up bend, and if you can see here, there's the this factory plate that we use this mount on. And so I'm going to measure from this down to the diffuser on the max down adjustment. And so we're right about 6 inches. So if you're measuring from this plate and you want to make sure that it's going to clear your exhaust pipes coming through the middle, that's where you're going to be able to get your max height there. I run ours up nice and close for more ground clearance because of how low it is. And so we're essentially running about 4 inches on ours, just to give you a reference. Another point that we can measure. So again, this is, I have all the screws loose so I can adjust this up or down. So once I'm done and I put it back together for our car, I'm going to run this up and I'll actually run the sides up to pull it up tighter to our rear portion of our exhaust. But if we can get the camera up in here and you can see this structural bracing right here, that's different. I'm not talking about the heat shield where the normal muffler is, but this bracing. When I measure from that bracing down to the back of the diffuser here, we're almost at 12 inches. And, you know, it does angle up. So if I come in close to where this exhaust is and I'm on the front side, it's closer to 11 or 11 and a half inches. But as you can see, I do have even a little bit of flexibility if I tighten the sides. So that just gives you another point of reference. Again, if I have this dropped all the way down here, it's about 6 inches. From this back edge up to the that frame support, that's 12. Moving into where our exhaust is, it's about 11 and a half inches. All right, another point that we can measure is if we look up in here, this is the, you know, the factory exhaust hanger. It goes to the rubber bushing, and then this is on our aftermarket exhaust. But if I measure from the center of this down to where the low point on the diffuser is, it's roughly about 9.5 inches. On ours, once I get it adjusted and I get it back up into place, it's going to be closer to 8.5 inches probably there. But that's another point of reference for you to see where you're at. Okay, and just kind of another thing where we're at are our plates here. You know, we have the center section measuring here to here, 39 and a half inches. So it kind of gives you the in between. This is still like our factory bumper cover, but even here, if I were to measure close to the center down, this can still adjust down quite a ways. So 7, 8 inches, maybe closer to 7. I'm at a weird angle, but I'll step in front of the camera real quick so I can improve my angle. Yeah, it's about 7 inches from right up here at the top of the plastic down to the low point here. Again, we have the center and the sides mounted, but I have everything in the center on the center plate loose. So that way I can adjust this and I can adjust the angle and tighten it back in. And on ours, like when we're done with this, I'm going to reposition it so I have clearance on the exhaust. And then I'll go ahead and tighten it all down and drop it back down and be ready to take her for a cruise. So hopefully that kind of helps answer some of the questions as far as if your exhaust will fit or not. You can take some measurements and just verify. So anyway, hope that helps.